Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Timmy. For today's tutorial, we're going to be drafting a short pant pattern. If that seems like something you're interested in, then let's get started. The measurements we'll be needing for the pants will be your round waist, your round hip, your waist to hip, your thigh, your crouch depth, your crouch extension, and also your full length for the pants. There are two methods you can use to get your crouch depth. You could either sit on a flat surface and take your measurement from your waist to the seat, or you can divide your hip measurement divided by 4 plus 1 inch. For this tutorial, I'll be using the hip measurement divided by 4 plus 1 inch. And for the front crouch extension, I'll be dividing my hip measurement divided by 20 plus 0.6 inch, which is going to give me 2.5 inch. And then to get my back crouch, I'll be dividing my hip measurement divided by 10 plus 0.3, which is going to be giving me 4.25. So that will be my crouch extension for both front and back. From the top of my pattern, I ruled out a straight line which is going to stand as my waistline. And from the center, I'm going to be marking 3 inches. This is just going to help me to take my accurate measurement. I'll go ahead and use a ruler to create a straight line. So I'll be taking my measurements from this line. We'll be making use of a 2-inch band. So I'm going to be taking my measurement from the 2 inches. I'm going to go ahead and mark my crouch depth. My crouch depth is 10.75. I'll go ahead and mark it. I'll just repeat the same thing just to get an accurate line. I'll then go ahead to mark my full length. My full length is 16. I'll mark it on both sides as well. I'll go ahead and make a straight line to form my lines. I'll then go ahead to label my points. This is my waist, my crouch, and my full length. On my crouch line, I'll divide my hip measurement divided by 4. I'll then mark it on my crouch line. I'll also go ahead to mark the same thing on my waist. I'll then use my ruler to connect a straight line. From my waist, I'm going to be taking my waist to hip. My waist to hip is at 9 inch. I'm just going to go ahead and mark the lines and use a straight line to connect. So this line is going to stand as my hip line. On the waistline, I'll be dividing my waist measurement divided by 4 plus 1 inch. The 1 inch will be for the dart. I'll then use my curved ruler to connect from my waistline to my hip. To get my dart, I'll be dividing what I have on my waistline by 2. I'm just going to use my tape to take the measurements. I'll fold my tape into 2 and then I'll make the point. From this point, I'll be going down by 3 inch. That is how long I want my dart to be in the front. I'll then use my ruler to connect with a straight line. For the dart legs, I'll be making use of the 1 inch that we imputed on the waist. I'll then mark the points and rule out a straight line. So these will be my dart legs for the front. I'm going to be imputing my crouch extension on the crouch line. I divided what I have there by 4 and it gave me the 2.5. So I'm going to impute the 2.5. And to get the curve, I'm going to go up by 1 inch. And I'm just going to make a tiny curve to join the hip line. And these will be my crouch for the front. I'm now going to be inputting my thigh measurement. To get my thigh, I'm going to go down by 3 inches from my crouch. I'll mark the same thing here and I'll connect with a straight ruler. If you're on a bigger side, you can just try and use 4 inch. So this is my thigh line. And now on my thigh line, I'll be taking my thigh measurement divided by 2. I'll then impute the point. I'll go ahead and repeat the same thing on my full length and then I'll connect to my crouch line. We are now done with the bottom part of the pants. So this is my front pattern. On my waistline, we're going to be reducing by 0.5. I'm just writing it down. So I'm just going to take my measuring tape and come to the center. From the center, I'll be going down by 0.5. From this 0.5, I'll be marking a slanted line to join on my waistline. So this is all we have for the front pattern. We're going to be adding our allowance when we are cutting on the fabric. For the back as well, I'm going to repeat what we did in the front. I'm just going to rule out my lines just to get my measurements. So I'm just going to connect the lines with a straight ruler. This will be for my waistline. And this line will be where I'm taking my measurements from. After getting this line, we can now start imputing all our measurements. To draft the measurements, I'll be starting my measurement from the 2 inch that we're going to be taking for the band. I'm going to impute my crouch measurement, which is at 10.75. I'll impute my full length, which is at 16. I'll go ahead and repeat the same thing just to get an accurate line. I'm also going to impute my waist to hip measurement, which is at 9. I'll then use my ruler to form the straight line. So this is my waist, my hip, my crouch, and my full length. On the crouch line, I'll be imputing my hip measurement divided by 4. I'll impute the same thing on my waistline and I'll connect with a straight ruler. From the center of my back crouch line, I'll be increasing it by 1.5. This is so that my butt can sit properly in the pants. I'll then mark my waist measurement from the 1.5. I'll mark it in the slanted way. Then I'll use my curve ruler to connect from my waist to my hip. I'll also go ahead and use a straight ruler to connect my waist. So this is going to be my new waistline for the back. To get my dart, I'm going to take the measurements that I have there and divide it by 2. And I'll also use my ruler to connect the dart. For the back dart, I'll be using 4 inch and I'll use my ruler to connect the points. I'll be marking 1/2 inch on both sides and I'll connect with a straight ruler. So this will be our new dart. For the crouch extension, I'll be marking 4.25. We did the calculations in the beginning of the video and I'll go up by 1 inch. Then I'll connect with my curved ruler from the hip line straight to the crouch line. So this is my crouch for the back. I'll go ahead and impute my thigh measurements. I went down by 3 inch and I'll use my ruler to connect a straight line. You can use a 4 inch if you're on a bigger side. So this is my thigh. Then I'll go ahead and impute my thigh measurement divided by 2 plus 0.5 inch. So on my full length, I'm going to impute my thigh measurement divided by 2 plus 0.5 inch and I'll connect the points. So this is how it's meant to look like. This will be my back. And when cutting on the fabric, we're going to be adding our allowance all over. I'll just go ahead and shape in my crouch area. Then I'll go ahead to cut my pattern.
Heels.
So these are my pattern pieces. I hope this tutorial was very helpful. If so, do not forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.